Have you ever heard or have been told that watching your own replays is pretty much useless unless you have a high elo player or someone who understands League of Legends at a high level to not watch your own replays? You're not going to learn anything from it. Not only are we going to disprove that statement in this video, I'm going to share with you the simplest way, it's only one trick, the simplest way to improve from your replays, even if your understanding of League of Legends is not on a challenger level. Whether you have a job, whether you're in college, whether you have kids, you have limited time, it doesn't matter. You can do this in the span of 5 minutes or less. It's that easy. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, don't worry. My name is Coach Blaker. I've been professionally coaching for going on 14 years. That's a lot of seasons between League of Legends. I've hit diamond in every role so I can understand the frustrations and hurdles of each role. Instead of telling you, oh, you should do this, I know for a fact what you should do. And my overall peak is diamond 2. So you got the replay open, you're like, okay, coach, I got it open. I only got about 5 minutes to spare, but I really do want to improve at League of Legends. What do I do? How do I do it? No problem, I got you. What we're going to focus on in this replay is team fighting. Team fighting is a great thing to look at because there's multiple layers. Now, one thing you might be thinking, how do I get better at something if I don't understand it at a higher level? That's a great question. So we're gonna use, let's just say, gold as an example rate. Now, this is a high-elo match. I chose a high-elo match because high-elo players tend to make less obvious mistakes. So this would be a very good game for us to look at. So again, the first thing that we wanna do is understand what we're looking for. I wanna get better at team fights, period. Okay, well then we wanna go to every single fight that we were a part of. When we play ADC, no matter what level of play you are, you understand that an ADC needs to be safe, and you understand that an ADC needs to do damage, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch this play out, and we're just gonna see how it's played. Or I'm not even gonna comment, we're not gonna say anything, right? We're just gonna watch it out, see how it's played, see what Jinx is doing, and we're just gonna let it play. Now, obviously, if you are in this game, you already watched it because you played it, but given the circumstance, I don't know what's gonna happen, so we're just gonna watch it. Okay, doing our thing, trying to do our thing. Cool. Now we do have flash and we do have barrier up, so that's always a good sign. Okay, and it looks like the team fight's over. Now, it looks like they're typing. Love it. Gotta love when people type, especially in high elo. But let's think about it, all right? So the two things that we thought about at a basic level, even if you're iron, you understand this, is that as an ADC needs to be safe. So that's number one, an ADC needs to be safe. So we'll watch this back and we'll see, were we safe as an ADC? Let's try to pick apart all the unsafe moments. Even if we had no chance of dying, let's try to pick apart all the unsafe moments. Again, this does not have to be a high elo or a coach thing. You pick apart as much as you can as a player that you are, and you will still improve. So first things first, right, is that when we're leaving the area on a cannon, the team can see where we're going. So this is the blue side vision. We know Jinx is here. If Jinx wants to get to Dragon, what other direction is she gonna go from? She's gonna have to come from here and either go a long way, which is this way, or she's gonna have to cut through the bottom, right? Picking apart how we're being safe, this is the first thing. The pathing to the team fight is unsafe because all it takes is for them to collapse when she walks right here. That's all it takes. Now, it will be an expensive kill, don't get me wrong, but we're not looking at it that way. We're just saying when, if she'll be safe. Because what if the same thing replicated itself and the enemy jungler was a Talon, a Rengar? What if their mid laner was a Zed? This same thought process, although these champs are not those champs, will help you not die from those other champs. This is why we do this. So we're picking apart this gameplay and we're saying that, okay, the pathing to the team fight was not optimal. We could have died regardless. Okay, so we need to learn that path to the team fight being a lot more safe, or just hide our position while pathing away. We could have walked up and then walked back. That way they don't know if we're going this way, they don't know if we're going this way, they don't know if we're going that way, and that's 3 directions of which the player can come from. Whereas when Kog'Maw was hitting this ward, he can obviously see if she was jetting this way, and she's not. So the other way that she can go is up, right? So again, picking apart the game. Now, here, we're in a situation where it's like, okay, am I still safe? Am I still safe? We're kind of safe, but we're kind of not. Orianna can ult, Jarvan can EQ ult, and obviously Renekton has no way to gap close that far. But we have to think about that. Right now, we can't see. All it takes is for them to walk up, push their team back, and then they just collapse on her because now Jinx is separated. So in another position, or in this example, we're separated from our team. Doesn't matter if you are a high elo player or a low elo player. It's very obvious an ADC is not with their team. That's not usually the best position for an ADC, right? So that's two things right now that we noticed. We're in danger because we're separated, and we were in danger because our pathing to the team fight wasn't hidden. They knew exactly where we were going. All right, Jarvan EQs, he ults. Now, Poppy ults, right? Poppy knocks him away. But should Poppy not have knocked him away, all it took was Jarvan or Renekton. Jarvan would EQ into Jinx, or Renekton would just dash through and go on to Jinx. So this wasn't a safe position. Now you could say, well, she only walked up because Poppy ulted, right? Well, that's incorrect because Poppy ulted well after she walked forward. Let's watch. So here it is. Look at her. She's walking already. So her intention was to start fighting. However, she's not safe enough to start fighting. And this is not to bag on this player or anything like that. They're high elo for a reason. But again, I'm just picking apart everything that I see. If you are a lower ranked player, you're not going to pick apart everything that I see, obviously. You'll pick apart what you can see yourself. But you're going to be able to notice this type of stuff once you actively look at it. The EQ's out. Again, they get knocked back. Now she's fighting over the wall. This is pretty safe. There's not really any way that we die here ever. Again, Jarvan's coming up. We know that Renekton is either going to come from the bottom here in the pit, or he's going to come where Jarvan's coming from. All it takes is Jarvan to EQ this right here after the Poppy wall goes away, which is right now, and then she's trapped. So Jinx is not even in a safe spot anymore either. She's like frontlining, right? So that's 3 times we're unsafe. Right? They decide to walk away. For some reason, I don't know why he did. That was random. And then they decide to go onto the Zoe here. Jinx is still in a position to where she can just get collapsed on. But she's trying to do her best to make her way upwards. Right? So that's about 3 to 4, maybe 5 times that Jinx was unsafe. Let's look at it one more time. And we're going to look at it from a damage perspective, right? So now that we thought about, okay, well, we need to do this to be safer, we need to do that to be safer, is there a way we could have pumped out more damage this team fight? We do have Flash and we do have Barrier, so we have enough to take risks. Now, Jinx does have Kraken Slayer. Seems like everybody's pretty much on their 1 item or maybe 1.5 item. Jinx kind of has a half item, but that item's not that great. The slingshot. Okay. So, let's see if we can pump more damage out. Here, we're using rockets. No reason to use rockets. This dude's by himself, right? Now you could say, well, she wants to be long range. True, but we're thinking about damage here. That doesn't matter. We need to be using our minigun. Okay, we dropped our traps early for no real reason. He's trapped in the Cataclysm himself anyway. And if he decides to EQ, the snare's not going to do anything to Jarvan. So it was a waste of our chance to actually snare a target to do more damage. We decided to hit over the wall, perfectly fine. I don't think the range is long enough to hit over that wall if she was in minigun form. I can't confirm nor deny, but I'm going to assume that's not the case. All right, we decide to walk up. Senna tosses her little snare. We walk in again, and we're deciding to focus the Orianna when the Orianna was obviously already dead. So that damage could have been pumped out elsewhere. We see Jarvan walking up. We also see Emilio and Kog'Maw. Instead of going for these two, because we know that they're together and it's going to have heals and shields, we should be walking upwards and already focusing this Jarvan with minigun. But our mindset is, I need to go for the other AD carry, which is incorrect. We should be focusing the person that's alone and walking up with our team so that we're together. Again, the heals and shields is mitigation for the damage, and we're still using rockets, right? Instead of using the minigun that does more single target damage. Okay. And now because of our pathing and our choice to not go for Jarvan here, right? We're in a really crappy spot to where we can't fight Jarvan. Because look, our pathing makes it so that we're separated basically, right? Look how far we are. However, should we have walked up and attacked the Jarvan, we'd be right here. Now, whether you want to go left or right is your decision. I honestly would have gone this way, especially since I know that I have barrier and I have flash. There's no reason to go super far away when you know that Emilio and Kog'Maw are down here, he's here, and there's no way that Renekton kills you if you're up here, right? Because let's go back again. Let's see when we could have actually started walking upwards. Right? We could have been walking upwards by now and been in this little thing with Senna, which would have given us bonus movement speed. We could have been popping them, bam, 1, bam, 2, bam, 3, and it would have pushed him off. Right? Now, if we push off Jarvan and he continues to walk backwards, then our team has them separated. And it has a better chance of us to win this team fight. And again, if we were right here, we have flash, we have barrier, we could have still been pumping out damage as we kite backwards. We dodge the EQ, we continue to do damage onto that Jarvan, and that Jarvan would have been almost dead, if not dead. So, in terms of being safe, this team fight, there were about 4 or 5 mistakes. In terms of doing damage this team fight, there are about 2 or 3. These are things that we can improve on. Whether you notice it at a, again, high elo perspective, it doesn't matter. As long as you understand exactly what you're looking for, it is very easy for you to understand how to improve at something. That being said, on my site, I'm giving free reviews. Go to the site, scroll down, you can try a free review, and I will specifically tell you what you should be working on. So that way, when you go to your replays, there's no question, there's no guess. You know exactly what you need to work on because I already told you. For this review, we are not going to Discord call. I'm going to record the replay and give it to you. You're going to be the only one who sees this replay. No one else. You can share it if you want, but this is yours. So you don't need to be worried about, oh, people are going to make fun of me or people are going to say that I'm bad. This is for you. The only person that's going to see it is me and you and whoever you decide to share it with. So I highly recommend go to my site, link in the description below, lawcoachblaker.com, scroll down and get that free review. That way you understand exactly what you need to work on. And sometimes that one little thing is the thing that's keeping you from reaching your goals in ranked. At the end of the day, I hope this video has helped you. Again, if you have any questions, let me know that in the comments below. I always read them and I always answer them. If you don't know what you're looking for, again, that free review is there so you understand what you're looking for when you watch your replays. Until next time, you know what I always say. Think guys are doing what? Approaching this like a coach.